Not feeling so well today, so we'll take it as far as I can take it. Pain's just been a pain in my backside. Hi, Robert. Hi, Slurf. Hi, Ocean. My favorite part is when Nico said, "It's lean time," and drank all the lean. Yeah, you were missing it the last time. I don't know if you watched the VOD. Finally, I can catch one of these live. I thought you were here the last time. Hey, Sabik. I was listening while working. Alright. I'm thinking it might be a coin flip whether I continue on Monday or not. Things are just getting hectic and stuff. Moving days coming closer. I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel when Monday rolls around because I gotta do last minute packing still. I mean, I'm essentially ready. It's just I gotta get like food put together, take down the electronics. Usually that stuff will happen when like it really gets down to the wire. Shouldn't take too long. And apparently, according to management, they're not going to be here until later in the afternoon, so it gives me more time. I'm just hoping the injection in my tailbone doesn't put me out of commission, because that'd be nice. I had to miss the last two Purple Stuff streams. I swear you were there. I don't know. I miss my desk. I miss being able to sit at my desk, to be honest. It's just, I shouldn't say streaming from here, but just being bedbound is just so depressing. Here I am trauma dumping when I shouldn't, but it is what it is. Hopefully summer my body can maybe get back to normal somewhat. I don't know. It's been since like December since I've been at my desk. I think the last stream that I was at my desk was probably Learn to Code. That was probably like the last stream at my desk. And it's just depressing realizing that. Hi, Crescenario. Alright. Let me move. Gameplay. New Lunara Facebook coming up with the background. If you mean the DRG stream on Friday. Yeah, I remember that. But I swear I don't know, there's a lot of people that come in for the Wani Snoot stuff. I was preoccupied with Wilds. Okay. Alright. Where did we leave off? Yeah, Mia! We were at Mia. Oh boy. Okay. Can I safely readjust? I put a heating pad on my legs. Because, I don't know, exercise... here I am trauma dumping. Exercise seems to just wear out my body more than usual. And I don't know if it... Well, it's not being bedbound, because this happened even before being bedbound. It's just trying to stay active just kills my body. I don't know if I'm, like, that old yet, but damn. As I accidentally mute my mic. Alright. FB equals full body. It's how some images are categorized in WANI files. Okay. Anyways. With Olivia's emotional needs tended to, we say goodbye and go our separate ways. Still tired from the week, and shoulders weighed down from my backpack, I begin to trek back to Skin Row. A couple of blocks away from St. Hammond, I'm stopped by a voice calling me out. Yo, Skinny! Oh shit, I could tell from the inflection that whatever this was, it wasn't bound to be good. I turned to meet the rude fuck calling me out. The one greeting me is a red Parasaurus dressed like a greaser in a movie set in the 50s. I half expected rock around the clock to announce her arrival. I get one look at that mean-looking tail and think once again to ancient human civilizations marking their maps with "Here be dragons." The bitch almost looks like one. I ain't seen you in a... Wait a second, you ain't Inko. Part of Inko is now being played by some other bald skinny this year. Sheesh, St. Hammond got a quota or something? Yeah, they're required to have at least one token human for diversity. Cute. So what's your name? Who wants to know? Me. I can tell from her dangerous-looking smile that I can play it so tough before risking my health. I still refuse to back down. Well, me, I'm Anon. Hi, Anon. Like the jacket. Back at ya. So what's your name? Nunya. That's in none ya business. You're pretty sharp, Skinny. Again, she's flashing that dangerous smile that seems to scream low impulse control. The alarms going off in my head. Wait, the alarms are going off in my head, only they're not the usual ones when talked to by a femoid. I decided to try for a little bit of self-deprecation. Thanks. You wouldn't know from my grades, though. Same here. What good are grades for anyway? Just a way for them to judge you and make you do whatever they want. Yeah, that about sums it up. Anyways, I gotta get going. Where you heading? Home? No, not home. Just a place I happen to keep my bed and all my things. She saunters closer to me. You got a real smart mouth, so where is your hole in the wall? Skin Row. Ooh, skinny territory. Sounds like fun. It's not fun for anyone, especially dinos. I'd like to see him try something. She falls in step beside me, and the last of my tough guy facade is spent. Now I'm nervous. So, did you used to go to St. Hammond? Yeah, at least until those fuckers kicked me out. I swallow at the confirmation of what I've been dreading. So you're Mia then? So you've heard of me? Chat. Okay, chat's not dead, it's just... Oh, it is dead. Yeah. What'd they tell you? That you were the one Herbie none of the carnivores wanted to fuck with. That's right, Skinny. You ain't gotta eat meat to be at the top of the ladder. You just gotta fuck up the competition first. I merely nod my head, not knowing what to say. I don't want her to follow me home. Even if she doesn't try anything, the last thing I want is for her to know where I live. So Inko ain't out of the hospital yet. Afraid not, he's still comatose. I never even met him. Why would you have met him, dummy? You wasn't here last year. No, I didn't start attending him until a couple of weeks ago. So you do know how he wound up in an extended nap. I heard he accidentally poisoned himself. Yeah, a real Darwin Award winner there, am I right? Stupid fucking retard. And of course, old Croco Cunt just couldn't stop bawling her little baby eyes out. No Inky to protect her from and change her diapers. I bite my lip. Am I making you mad, Skinny? What would give you that idea? Only the way your hand keeps hovering over your back pocket. You got a switchblade in there or something? I jerked my hand away from my rear. I wasn't even aware I was doing that. I mean, Skin Row is dangerous for skinnies too. Sure, but we ain't in Skin Row yet, so where's the danger? Are you Olivia's new boyfriend? She must want to fuck human men real bad. What, me? Her boyfriend? No. That dumb bitch rolled over my foot the first day I went there. Yeah, lousy fucking actor, you know what? No, really, it hurt like hell, so I called her a gimp and a crippled meteor dodger. Awful strong language, and I'm sure it was a pleasure tattling on her, right? I don't rat on anyone. Especially not crippled bitch meteor dodgers. No. So does she still cry for Inko or Idakin? Sometimes, yes. And how would you know? You've been talking to her? Why would I? You tell me, she never talked to anyone except her retard stepbrother. So how would you know she still cries for Inko and Idakin? For that matter, how would you even know who Idakin was? I mean, I heard about the former art teacher dying. And you just happened to hear that Olivia still cries for him. 21 stab wounds. Not dead, just fully focused in the story. Gotcha. I mean, yes. From whom? Just around. She steps in front of me, barring my path. Around Olivia. She locks eyes with me, and I can see every telltale feature of crazy parasaur physiognometry on her brow. So, how badly do you want to fuck Olivia? I don't fuck meteor dodgers. Let me close that door real quick. There we go. I never said you did. I asked how badly you want to. My mind locks up as she has me in her sights, hypnotized. There's nothing I can say to get out of this. All I can do is wait and hope for her to lose interest. Even if I mistook you for someone else, I still saw you exit the school with Olivia from a distance. So how do you think she'd respond hearing you call her a dumb bitch? This was almost as bad as that day. Why couldn't I just be left the hell alone? Oh, what's the matter? You lose your balls? What happened to the tough guy I met a moment ago? I don't want any trouble. There's no time to react to the set of pink knuckles speeding their way into my face. All I could do was take the hit. Sharp pain explodes at the point of impact as the world goes black. I don't even recall landing on the ground when I opened my eyes to feel concrete beneath me. If you didn't want any trouble, then you shouldn't have mouthed off to me, you little prick. I do my best to put up my chill guy facade as though I got punched every day. Point taken. Let this be a warning to you. Yeah, I'll leave you alone for now. Oh, and if you happen to see Ben, tell him I said hi. Will do. I get out my phone when I'm sure she's far enough away and text Damian. I just ran into Mia. She's as much as a crazy fucking psycho as you said. Oh shit, are you okay? I'll be fine. Listen, she was watching me as I left school and followed me. You should escort Olivia home from now on. Protect her from that crazy bitch. I will, man. Thanks for the heads up. With that taken care of, I make my way home, accompanied by a dull throbbing in my right cheek. Fortunately, I have enough allowance left over to buy a bag of frozen corn. I keep it pressed against my cheek for the rest of the way back. Guess I was having corn nibblets for dinner. Saturday, the 27th of January. After my run-in with Mia, I had become very paranoid. Since last Friday, I got into the habit of always looking over my shoulder when walking to and from school, or anywhere really. So far, I hadn't seen her again, but that didn't stop me from having a nightmare in which she was chasing me home. I can only imagine how terrified Olivia must have felt when confronted by her. I frequently text Damian for status updates now. He was walking Olivia home every day now, much to her annoyance, but I felt better knowing she had an escort, even if she might have resented that idea. I had since added Olivia to my list of contacts, and we texted each other often. Her texts usually came in with doodles of some kind. One of her doodles showed a Gundam, the Epion, destroying one of the battle cruisers from Legend of the Galactic Heroes. She still hasn't forgiven me for saying the latter was better than the former. She hadn't even seen IWHTG, but then again, I hadn't watched all of Gundam either. Speaking of contacts, I also had Lunara and Kiara in my list. Raptor Jesus only knew why. My phone buzzes with a notification from Lunara. I pause the game I'm playing on my original X-Rocks and set down the Duke. As the date. Hey, ready for our trip to the mall? I shake my head and blink. What trip to the mall? The fuck was she talking about? I try to play it cool. Oh, was that today? Yeah, we were totally talking about it yesterday in class. Fuck my life. That's what I get for tuning her out and just nodding and saying, yeah, sure. Sorry, but I thought you said Sunday. No, today at Shimmering Palms at noon. God damn it, I was about an hour away on foot. Or had an hour if I walked to the metro, and it was 11:30. I couldn't think of a good excuse to get out of this either. Could you guys maybe pick me up? I don't have a ride. Sure thing, we're with Buster right now in his car. Just text me the address. I send her my address. I never mentioned where I lived. No worry, they'll judge me for living in Skin Row. Right, why the fuck would I care that if they care I live in Skin Row? Maybe knowing I live in the slum will finally make them lose interest in me. Something tells me that's too much to hope for. Sure enough. Okay, we'll be there in 10 minutes. Be ready. Damn it, now I was committed. That was a day of gaming and shitposting ruined. A few minutes later, Lunara texts me saying that they're almost at my place. I leave my apartment and wait outside. A minute later, and a flashy-looking car with spoilers pulls up to the curb. On the sides are flaming decals that say Buster Wolf. The car is being driven by an obese ankylosaur who looks as though he doesn't bathe often, and he was Kiara's boyfriend. Oh fuck, I guess just about anybody could get a girlfriend with enough effort. The driver, Buster, honks his horn impatiently. Get in already, I don't want to hang around this shithole for too long. I forget, this was in the last update, right? Or is this brand new? Stupid typos keep slipping through. Complete global Mia annihilation. Form of corn. I slide into the back seat. Kiara is sitting shotgun. Hey, Anon. And I was sitting behind Buster, and now I'm sitting next to her. New. They are new. That's pretty cool. Man, I'm too lazy to watch all parts from the start. Well, that's content. That's something to do. Hi, Anon. No sooner than the door shuts, Buster speeds away with the force of a rocket shuttle during liftoff. I experienced 10 times Earth's gravity for a brief moment, and then I managed to get my seatbelt on. The Raptor girl is beaming at me with those raccoon eyes. She's wearing more makeup today than usual, and she smells like powder. Her flowery scent is overpowering to my nostrils. Worse still is that it's mingling with the BO smell in Buster's car, creating a discordant miasma that hurts my olfactories. There's something about the way she's looking at me. So, how are you today? I'm fine, I guess. She seems awkward and fidgety, and she's blushing. Alarms. Let me get a drink. Content. Fucking dark side Phil. Isn't he having like a fucking crash out right now? Ugh. No, wait. Nice CG, yeah? Very artistic. Kiara's with her boyfriend, Buster, and I'm in the backseat with the raptor chick who's been eyeballing me since day one. Is this... No, it can't be. I'm on a double date. Let me turn this down a bit. Let me know if the volume's too loud, too. The ride over had been awkward and full of dull small talk. Now we're at Shimmering Palms, standing in the parking lot, and Lunara is looking at me expectantly. So, where would you like to go first, Anon? Home. How about the arcade? It's newly built and it's got a bunch of the classics. Lunara rolls her eyes. There'll be time for that later, Buster, baby. Let's browse a little first. I guess we can just browse first. You a gamer? I am. Fighting games? Yeah, I used to play fighting games at the local arcade all the time. Buster gives me the smuggest, cockiest grin. Then we'll have to play later so you can get busted. Yes, later. I wanted to see the bookstore first. Lunara is acting impatient, not that I care. Let's go. I begin to follow along reluctantly, but stop for a moment to look at the rest of Buster's car. The custom license plate says Ruke. No, are you okay? And there's a bumper sticker that says my other car is the Millennium Falcon. The mall's about as crowded as one could expect on a Saturday. Dinos are milling about, many about our age or a little older. We go to Ferns and Nobles first to browse the books. Lunara heads to the history section while Kiara and Buster look at the magazines. I want to, but school and calculus have different opinions. That sucks. When is he not? Buster. Exactly. Hello, alarms, my old friend. The siren's going off. They're getting teleported to the other world. The rusty side of Silent Hill. Later, folks. Alright, Hussein, we'll see you later. I scan the aisles for the manga section, practically on instinct, but when Lunara turns and looks at me expectantly, I follow along. Probably wouldn't do to reveal my weediness in front of her anyway. Or maybe it would. Would she find anime and manga a huge turnoff and cool on me? Or would she have an interest in anime too? Only to insist I marathon something shitty with her. At least Olivia had good taste. We make yet more small talk, as I at least know about the Roman history to impress her a little, even if it was mainly about military and political ranks and whatever else I learned from playing Fallout New Venturas. Wow, it's true what they say, all men are interested in ancient Rome. Why is that? I don't know how to explain the male fascination with one of the manliest conquering empires in existence without sounding like a spurg or a larper, so I just shrug. Don't know, guess because of how much it influenced future societies? That is true. In some ways we're living in a continuation of Rome. She finds a book on the Novgorod Republic, and we find Buster and Kiara and leave. We browse some more stories, then take a break. About 45 minutes has passed, but it already feels like an eternity. We sit at the table near a pretzel place and get some pretzel bites. At least Lunara wasn't expecting me to buy her anything, so maybe it wasn't a complete date. Still, the alarms won't shut up. Yet more small talk, and I'm trying to find interest in what Lunara is saying. Yep. Cool. This turns to Kiara to engage in her conversation for a bit. Thank fuck. Am I late, Teach? Hey Dylan. You a buster, straight buster. Funny thing is, I just finished my new Vegas session today. Nice. I look in the other direction, pulling out my phone on reflex. Maybe I could browse a forum for a bit. Then I see Olivia, Damian, and Liz about 30 feet away, standing in the ticket queue for a movie theater. Damian's pushing Olivia, and it's the first time I've seen someone with their hands on her chair. He looked excited for whatever movie they're in line to see, but Olivia looks her usual indifferent self. Must have felt awkward being the tag-along for what may as well have been a date between Damian and Liz. I shoot her a text. I realize I don't have my fan in with me, so I'm gonna go get my fan real quick. Hold on. Okay, I grabbed something to quick eat because I'm feeling the hunger shakes starting to come, so give me like half a minute. Alright, just like chowed down like 2 sticks of string cheese. Sorry about that. I normally hate ska, but I like this track. Yeah, I like how this is like, what is it? Pretty much like Reed's theme. At least I think it is. I'd like to think it is. I'll ally with Mr. House instead. When the solar flares reset our technological advances, be ready for Caesar's Legion 2. I see. Hey, over by the pretzels. She withdraws her phone from her hoodie pocket. The green and purple people eater looks my way and makes eye contact. She smiles and I'm surprised when I feel something in my chest that's like a somersault. She begins texting while Damian is pushing her. Hey, lover boy, on a double date with Dumb and Dumber? Hardly, it's more like I got dragged along against my will. Are you chaperoning Damian and Liz? No, I'm also here against my will. Damian really wants to see this new superhero movie, but I lost interest in that shit a while ago. Same, it's all snarky millennial writing with retarded plots, so how did you end up going? Randy practically forced me, said it'd be good for me to get out of the house. How come Vinny's not with you guys? Because he hates movies. He doesn't have the attention span for anything longer than 20 minutes. Sounds like he's got the brain rot. And when to talk. You know, humans only have 1/5 of the attention span of dinos on average. I call bullshit. Also, it's okay for you to bring up statistics about parasaurs and other dinos, but I can't about humans. You know that baryonyxes have far less impulse control than humans, right? That's why you're overrepresented in violent crime statistics. I could see the filthy look she's giving me even from here. She shoots me a text of her pet rat guts curb stomping some hapless skinny, probably me. You're only proving my point. So how'd the living black and white cartoon talk you into going into the mall with her on your totally not double date? My fault for tuning her out in science when she was talking about going to the mall. I didn't know I was agreeing to this. Thank you for proving my point, dork. Pay attention next time instead of fantasizing about the moe shit I know you masturbate to. Enjoy your cape shit movie. Tell me if anyone says, well, that just happened. Fuck you. Enjoy your date with the bimbo. Mr. Beast. I also went to go grab string cheese while you were away. I gotta get that calcium in, too, because of the fucking tailbone issues. Oh boy, I can't wait for Longman to make a 50-hour video essay about the new Marvel slop. Oh, you're talking about Mauler? Isn't he like a fake right-wing grifter? Okay, wait, okay, Anon? I'm sorry, what? I said I need to use the restroom, and me and Kiara were going to use that photo booth. Oh, sure thing. I need to use the restroom too. The two leave me and the dino neckbeard together to share an awkward silence. Then I get a text. Now's your chance to ditch him and come watch a shitty movie with me. My heart jumps into my throat at the prospect of doing so. Not only was it like making a jailbreak, but another girl was wanting my company, and it was a fellow shitposting weeb. How did I go from being unlucky with the opposite sex to suddenly having the attention of two? Maybe it was estrus season for both raptors and baryonyxes. The idea of ditching was tempting, even if it did mean sitting through some shitty formulaic comic book movie. At least I could be sitting next to her. On Raptor Jesus Almighty. Why was thinking of that making my chest do the conga? She was just a friend with similar interests who frequently made fun of me, that's all. On the other hand, I recall a much younger Anon hanging out with friends, or at least I thought they were my friends until they ditched me. I still remember how alone and dejected I felt. Could I really do that to someone else, even if it was Lunaro? Okay, I'm gonna save up all the choices. Thanos was right. Cheesy action hero writing can be good. It's half the reason why Resident Evil 4 is loved. Well, that's because Leon isn't wearing a cape. We don't ditch. No, I couldn't do that to Lunara or anyone else I could call a friend, even if I wasn't reciprocating her affections. She's still sort of grown on me in science, and she also said she'd be willing to help me with history. To say nothing of the fact that if I did ditch her and Kiara, it would only make science very awkward for a while. I text Olivia. Tempting offer, but I can't. I may not like Lunara that way, but ditching her would be a dick move. I can't do that to a friend. I certainly wouldn't do that to you. I watch with dread anticipation after hitting send. Olivia's smile falters, and her face goes back to its default look of worldly indifference. She looks at me, disappointment as clear as day on her face. I just give her an apologetic grimace and shrug. Her shoulders rise and fall in clear indication of a sigh. She texts me back. Great, now I have to sit through this garbage alone in the handicap section. I text her a simple sorry, but she's already stuffed her phone back into her hoodie pocket without reading it. Her gaze is trained on the dino in front of her while Damian is bouncing on his heels, still pushing her like she's a grocery cart. There's an ache in my chest as I gaze longingly at her with sympathy. She's refusing to look my way again, and I don't dare send her another message. Isn't that Hot Wheels over there? Huh? You mean Olivia? Yeah, the green chick in the wheelchair. I recognize her friends too. We just met at a different arcade, and I gotta admit, she's pretty good at your ass kick. Damian told me about that. I didn't know Kiara's boyfriend was there too. Small world, huh? True that. I heard of her before I met her. She was kind of a local legend, so... So what are they doing in line? Seeing the new Mystic superhero movie. I've seen it already. It was alright, but those movies peaked with Steelheart versus Xanatos, and have only gotten worse, you see. He dives into a lengthy explanation of comic book and movie lore. I feign interest, but I'm screaming internally. Nah, sure. You should make a 5-hour-long video essay on that stuff. You think so? I meant it as half as a joke, but he looks very interested at the prospect. Never thought I'd be glad to see Lunar and Kiara come my way. So what do you want to do next, Anon? The arcade sounded like fun. The black and white raptor doesn't look that enthusiastic. Okay, I suppose we could. Do you want to play air hockey with me? Sure, that sounds like fun. And we gotta play the fighting games. I want to see what Anon here can do. Lunara rolls her eyes, clearly not as excited as Kiara seems to be. Arcade time. Judging from the smell on the carpet, the arcade is newly built. I haven't been too impressed with the mall arcades in the past few years, but this one seemed to be more like how arcades once were. It's not as big as the other one, but the owner still managed to pack it with all the classics. This place has even got Super Turbo Turkey Puncher 3. Yep, those are hard to come by. Sure, but do you still want to play air hockey? I got a quarter in here that says I can beat you at that. You're on! I find the air hockey table while Buster and Kiara go over to a whack-a-mole. I insert the quarter and the machine hums to life, levitating the puck it spat out. The plastic... Oh, God. There I go again. Time to drink. It's funny because Lunara's here, and we all know Lunara's dirty secret. Oh, we know she's packing. Anyways, the plastic disc zooms back and forth with in a raging duel. Lunara hits the puck with a competitive ferocity that matches the smile on her face. I'm surprised at how much he's making me work for every point. Sweat makes itself felt on my brow and in my armpits. We play for a good 15 minutes, spending several more quarters before we both begin to tire of it. Plastic, What secret? Oh. I know the mod you made, Sabic. It's not true. Wolf Nanaki did that shit. Forks Pickle Chronicles. Hey, maybe it's not OG Lunara this time. Oh, Lord. And we find Buster and Kiara by a racing cabinet. All four of us take turns racing each other for several games. Then we play through the entirety of the old X-Squad beat-em-up. You know, I think if Lunara really was trans, I think Anon would be able to suss them out. Alright, that was fun. Now it's time for some fighting games. Lunara makes a show of sighing and exasperation. Buster heads straight for the Mystic vs. Colcom 2 cabinet. Just looking at it brought back a flood of memories of being a little kid watching older dudes play it with mind-boggling dexterity. Buster pops in a quarter in to challenge a younger team who's playing it and easily dispatches him with an overpowered team. The Dino walks away, sulking at having his game taken. It's all ours. I pop in my own quarter and hit start. I can't believe it's like just a quarter a game. Not in today's time, man. I pop in my own quarter and hit start. The character select screen rotates into view, and even before I'd chosen my first character, Buster had already predictably picked another stupid broken team. I choose Hayate, Ranger Hero, and Colonel Commando. Buster scoffs at my team, but I still remember a few tricks for dealing with his bullshit MSP combo. It's a trap. Vegeta was never a troon. That was Wolf's doing. Bone Structure is always a dev giveaway. I blame the Valentine's Jam stream and Toku Run too. Yeah. He finds out I'm no pushover and begins to growl in frustration. It's a close match, but he barely manages to eke out a victory. Not bad. Let's go again. Okay, but how about you don't pick some bullshit high-tier team this time? Fine. This time he picks 2 mid-tiers and only 1 high-tier. I pick Hayate again, but then choose Kazuya and Rockman. That's another close match full of sweaty tryharding, but this time I managed to win with a big robot punch to Dr. Boom. We continue to go back and forth, putting more quarters in the machine we're now hogging to ourselves. Everyone else seems more interested in watching than challenging us. Kiara is cheering Buster on, and I've forgotten about Lunara. I lose myself to the seizure-inducing visual noise and upbeat, jazzy music. My fingers dancing on the buttons as years of muscle memory floods back to me. In the end, Buster manages to win most of the 15 games we play. I don't care though, as I'm having fun either way. Alright, I'm impressed. It's been a while since I had a real challenge. Are you guys done? We're just getting started. Let's see how you do on King Fighter 3 4th Blow. We hop over to the cabinet in question. Again, Buster picks another high-tier character. I pick my main, Uriel. It was never not cathartic to see bronzed egomaniac with a body like a Greek god pummel some meteor dodgers. Again, the muscle memory floods back to my fingers, and I catch him in the corner with a vicious combo. Crush! Kill! Destroy! Aegis Reflector! I managed to win by a narrow margin, and now Buster is furiously reaching into his pocket for more quarters, spilling a few on the ground. Like before, we go for several matches. Kiara is still cheering Buster on, while Lunara becomes increasingly impatient. Don't you guys ever get tired of that? She sounds kind of pissed. My lapse in concentration allows Buster to seize yet another victory. Come on, Lulu, I'm in the zone. I'm bored. And hungry. I'm actually pretty hungry myself. Let's get something to eat. I'm hungry too, you know. Uriel, man. Huge respect. I have no idea what that's referencing. Both amazing games. CVS2 is better. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is peak. Right. Nah, Nanaki had no involvement with Lunara because it was Hikari and Spider creation. That's an unused Lunara sprite. I was expecting. We go to the restaurant that's a combination pizza, Mexican, and chicken place. The music is eccentric assortment of unhealthy as fuck fast food. It's then that I realized I spent most of my money on the arcade, leaving me with very little left for fast food, or any food for that matter. Looks like I was going to have to bring home leftover lunch in plastic containers for a while. Thank fuck for Liz's lunch card. My fault for splurging on the rare copy of Hyperdimension Saturnia. I have the number 9, please. Yeah, can I get a number 6 with extra dip? I'll just have the junior size number 9. I'll have 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6 with extra dip, a number 7, 2 number 45s, 1 with cheese, and a large soda. Picked up the kid-sized chicken tenders meal while Buster is putting away enough food to feed a family for Thanksgiving. God, that's making me hungry. Just where the fuck did that guy get so much money? Renara doesn't seem as upbeat as before, and while I should be glad she seems to have cooled on me, I can't help but feel a little bad. Did you, have fun today? She shrugs. I guess so. I really don't like video games all that much, to be honest. What can I say? I'm a gamer. I could see that. I still had fun. I'm glad you guys invited me to tag along. You're welcome. It was pretty fun just hanging out. So hanging out is all it is now. My body floods with immense relief. Yeah, it was. I can't even remember the last time I did something like this. Buster Big Smoke. Xena loved the Big Smoke reference. Fat Boy. Uriel's from Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, aka the best one. I wouldn't know. Oh, didn't you have many friends where you're from? A few, but we weren't really all that close, and after a while we just sort of drifted apart. I thought you would have been the popular type. Not really. I've always been a loner at heart. Well, I'm still glad you're here now. I think you're a pretty cool guy. Thanks. I like having you both for lab partners. We continue to make small talk, and for the first time I feel at ease around the fairer sex. Then a familiar presence makes itself known. Ben! The nerdy Nero comes up to our table. Hey guys, fancy meeting you here. Oh, hey, Ben. How are you? I'm well. I came here to buy a few books for history. So did I. Did you know how much medieval... Wait, do you know much about medieval republics? No, I don't. I've been fascinated by them lately. Did you know that the Dutch Republic had the first stock market in the world? No, I didn't. Do you mind if I sit? I was taken aback by his request. It wasn't like he needed my permission to join us. Sure, no problem. Ben sits down next to Lennar, and the two begin to have an animated conversation on history. Seizing the opportunity, I take out my phone and begin browsing a forum on old-timey bikes with large front wheels. I'm telling someone their bike looks as dignified as a unicycle in a clown show when a certain clever girl breaks my concentration. Would that be alright with you, Anon? I'm sorry, what? I was asking if you mind if I got a ride with Ben. Sure, I'm cool with that. Really? You don't mind? No, why would I mind? Thanks, Anon. You're a great friend. I'll see you guys later. Bye, Lulu. Buster chuckles smugly. What's so funny? You just got friend zoned, dude. And you know something? I'm cool with that. I still had fun today. Yeah, it was fun. We need to do it again sometime. I was holding back on you anyway. Sure you were. We make more small talk, and then Buster and Kiara decide they're ready to leave. Looking around, I see a welcome sight sitting a few tables away. Olivia, Damian, and Liz are eating ice cream and talking. Only it looks like Damian is doing most of the talking with Liz listening. Let me grab a drink. Message retracted. Urian. I changed it to Uriel. I should put a Urian in Street Fighter 6. Invaded by the dark spirit Ben McKnight. Let me readjust. Oh, tailbone hurts. And Olivia is looking at me. How long had she been staring at me like that? Hey, you guys go on without me. I'm gonna catch a ride with Damian, Liz, and Olivia. You sure ain't on, baby? Don't try to talk him out of it, Kia. Saves me a trip back to Skin Row. I'll see you guys later. I head on over to my first friend group, feeling like returning home coming over me. Ain't on! I've been nervous that Olivia would be upset with me for not wanting to ditch Lunar and watch a movie with her, yet her face lights up when I approach. Seeing her immediately cute smiles enough to trigger the alarms. Yo, Anon, what's up? I was just hanging out with Lunar, Kiara, and Buster. They've left now, so, mind if I join you guys? Not at all. We just saw Sinistar 9. How was it? It was freaking awesome. I love the witty banter in those movies. Olivia makes a show of rolling her eyes heavensward and groaning. Damian seems perturbed by her display. The sudden tension between them is enough to trigger an awkward silence. I'm just butchering everything right now. He looks as though he wants to go off on her, but is holding back. Say, Anon, would you like some ice cream? We're all sitting here with our own, but you don't have one. I wouldn't say no to one. Right, I'm flat broke again after today. Just tell me what flavor you like and I'll get you one. That peanut butter parfait's looking pretty good. Coming up. The brachiosaur takes out a $5 bill and puts it in her mouth. Hey, it's room service. I take the bag from Liz and unwrap the ice cream treat. Thanks, I'll get you a dessert at school sometime. You're welcome. The four of us eat our ice cream together with Damian talking to Liz, and Olivia and I talking about anything else but superhero schlock. I got around to watching those 2 OVAs of Legend of the Galactic Heroes. What'd you think? Enough to get you interested in the series? Maybe, except it's hard to come by. The Blu-rays are like fucking $200 a piece. I have every episode downloaded. I can always send you a link. Thanks, or maybe we could watch it together. Girl wanting to watch anime together. Situation unfamiliar. What do? Sure. She's looking at me with a mischievous glint in her eye, as though she can hear the alarms in my head and is getting a kick out of making them go off. I had ridden with Liz plenty of times by now, but never with anybody else. And anybody else with us, let alone in the back seat. Let alone in the back seat next to Olivia. Once we're in the car, she's much more subdued than before. I recall riding in the back seat with my parents being a tense affair at times. Something about being crammed together in the small space while dealing with the stress of fighting traffic created an environment not conducive to peaceful conversation. I always had the worst fights in the car. It was enough to create a Pavlovian response for me anytime I got in the backseat of any car, and today was no different. There are alarms going off in my head, and they're telling me there's a mountain of tension between Damian and Olivia. Yo, Anon, have you seen White Skull? I haven't. I'm not into superhero movies. Well, I'd still recommend it. It's got a good story that's easy to follow. I couldn't even follow the movie we just saw. The plot made no sense. Well, I mean, you kind of have to been following the storylines of other movies in the series. Exactly. The only way you can make heads or tails of their backwards plot is to sink enough time into watching all of them, and who has time for that? Ugh. I mean, Ben might got to smash, but Anon could have had her first. Should have just shot his goo and said adieu. Oh, that's some clever usage of that long neck, yeah. It's alright. Let Ben fall into the trap. Back of the bus, Anon. Damian sighs angrily. And how is it any different from your animes? As much as I hated to admit it, Damian had a point. Finally, Olivia answers. The difference is that my anime is quality that smart people appreciate, and your shitty CGI-led slop is dumbed-down garbage for normies. You know what, Olivia? It's time for you to leave. We'll be fine. You just have to go. I'm just going to chalk it up to your nasty attitude lately as being the product of all that crap you had to put up with last year. And for that, I forgive you. Olivia murmurs angrily. I don't need your forgiveness for anything. What was that? Damian, please. Liz's voice is soft as she places a hand on his shoulder. He's breathing heavily, wordlessly telling the rest of the car that he's not to be challenged or contradicted. I sit awkwardly in the uncomfortable silence. Time for more water. The old me's coming out, butchering everything left and right again. I've been through it once, girl wanting to watch anime with me. That's a DEFCON 1. Man, I used to date a Fang-looking girl that pirated movies we watched together. It was pretty cool. I miss her. This is a really well-made mod. It is. Hey, Dagan. Thank you, Sabek. I worked hard on it. Wait, what? Oh, Sabek and I worked hard on it. I'm blind. That's it, Olivia. You have to leave. Olivia gets ejected from the car on the highway like a GTA NPC. I was making fun of, like, Facade. Like, you piss off Trip and he kicks you out. Number 1 in my books. End it with... Wait. And it looks better each update. It is. It's pretty much probably the best one mod so far. Oh, excuse me about that. Alright. Olivia's hand finds one of Damian's crushed soda cans. Oh, fuck. She raises it, arm poised like a catapult, ready for launch. Oh, fuck, no! I seize her wrist before she can launch the would-be projectile. My eyes are nearly bugging out of my head, which I'm shaking at her. She drops the can with a muffled thump. Thank fuck. I continue to hold her wrist out of fear she'll try for another reprisal. I hear a sniffling sound. I look back to Olivia, whose face is scrunched up in misery. Her eyes lock with mine. She turns her wrists in my grip until her open palm is facing upward. My fingers loosen against the soft fabric of her hoodie sleeve. I'm about to withdraw my hand when her palm finds my hand and her fingers curl around mine. I ignore the alarms. Haters gonna hate. I remember Facade. Good times. There's still some hate coming from some fronts. What do you mean? For this mod? Some people don't like non-canon shippings. Yeah, I guess so. As long as it's good. Like, I don't want, like, a Reed and... Even if it's canon, but the Reed and Rosa ship is awful. Throw that in the trash. Perhaps it was because she couldn't stand the awkward silence anymore. Liz turns on the radio to her favorite station. The radio begins playing. There is a light that never goes out. Liz takes me all the way to my place this time. When she pulls up, Damian turns in his seat and holds out his right hand for a fist bump. Being such an innocuous action, I notice he's going out of his way to avoid making eye contact with Olivia. See you around, Anon. I bump his fist with my own. Yeah, man. See you at school. Bye, Anon. Have a pleasant evening. You too. Thanks for all the rides, Liz. Olivia doesn't say anything, but she doesn't want to let go of my hand either. She and I had held hands all the way back to my place, and now she was gazing at me, desperation in her eyes. I try to make my voice sound as gentle and reassuring as possible. I'll see you on Monday. I open the passenger door and she lets go reluctantly. By time I'm shutting the door gently behind her, she's already looking out of her window. Her face pulled down in a frown that tugged at my heart. I usually don't, but this was done in a sensible way. How did the DEFCON 1 went? We watched JoJo Part 1 when it was new. She said she didn't like Jonathan. We didn't talk after that. No Jonathan slander in my house. Oof. I don't know. There wasn't really DEFCONs. We were dating at the time, so it was all cool. Inko and Olivia's relationship still exists. It's just not Anon slotted as a replacement. Yeah, that's true. I'm glad you think so. I worked hard to come up with a new story that made sense. Yeah, I read that. Liz drives off. Considering I haven't even wanted to go to the mall with Lunara, things turned out surprisingly well. Guess it was good to get out of one's comfort zone after all. The only real downside was I had to spend $20 on gaming and eating a meager meal of shitty fast food. That and having to bear witness to the emotional Cold War between Olivia and Damian. I felt sorry for her. Compared to her, I had it easy. I had this place to myself, no one's toes to worry over. I could step wherever the fuck I wanted. I get a text from her. There's a doodle that depicts her in a similar fashion to Alec from A Clockwork Yellow, tied up and forced against her will to watch something awful while Damian puts drops in her eyes. Was the movie really that bad? It's some shitty PG-13 action movie with paper-thin good guys and bad guys. What do you expect? I'm sorry you couldn't have hung out with me in the arcade today. Same. At least one of us had fun. I saw Ben leave with Lunara, by the way. What happened there? She decided that spurgy gamers weren't her thing and went with the bigger, better deal. Ben did me a favor, honestly. Probably the first time in his life he ever done anyone a favor. Those two are practically made for each other. So are you gonna be okay? What do you mean? I mean, are things gonna be okay between you and Damian? No, they're not. Fuck him. I close my eyes and sigh in disappointment. I'm just sick of him. Liz, too. They should try walking in my shoes before judging me. I didn't ask to be saddled with the pains. My dad pawned me off on them so he could do God only knows what in some shithole third world country whose resources we need. I just want to leave already. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope things get better for you. They're not going to. Things just get shittier for me. I don't even know what my chances are of making a career out of art, but it's the only thing I have. I stare at my phone, not knowing what to say in response. It feels like playing Russian roulette with every chamber loaded. I wish I knew what to do to help. Don't worry about it. Everyone else has wished they could help me. I'm just a helpless, crippled mess. Fuck me. What was I supposed to say to that? Could be worse. You could be a penniless bald skinny in a fourth world ghetto. I'll trade you. Okay, just don't say I didn't warn you. I'm relieved when she stops texting. I wanted to help her, I really did. I just didn't know how, let alone where to start. Oh boy. Joseph is best JoJo. Yellow, you know, like the fruit. There are people in the community that try to monopolize how Snoop Game Wani characters should be portrayed, often with almost no wiggle room to experiment. Hammond and vampires were more fun than stands. It was more consistent. And they are fuming when someone does not follow their headcanons, yeah. Like, just look at the drama between the fan kids. Stands are pretty cool, but Diamond was unbreakable, wasn't as good as Stardust Crusaders. Stardust Crusaders' best JoJo part. I'm not that autistic. Alright, I decided to vent my frustrations with a little old-fashioned rage baiting. I log into a political forum that attracted all corners of the political compass, but seemed to have more third-world positionist types than anything. Or third positionists. Ugh. Hey cucks, guess who just got back from not one, but 2 dates with hot dinosaur chicks? First one was a cute raptor, and the second one was a baryonyx with tig old biddies. Almost immediately, I get an angry response. You're the cuck, you fucking race-mixing lolbird degenerate. Kill yourself, scale driller. I burst out laughing loud enough to echo off the walls. If I wasn't being called a racist Nazi incel, actual Nazi LARPers were calling me a lolbert cuck. Sometimes it was just too easy to piss off everyone. Monday the 29th. You know what? I'm going to take another eating break. I know it sucks, but I need to eat. I will be back in maybe 10 minutes. Hopefully not that long, maybe 5. Fingers crossed. Alright, I apologize for that. I needed to, like, get some more sugar intake because it's just like, I get the shakes, it's like I need sustenance. Let me take off the BRB. I'm gonna be all clearing my throat again because I just ate. There it is. I see there was a whole chat with me not there. I'm probably not going to converse with that because that's just wasting more time. Unless someone wants to give me the footnotes. I arrive at school at the same time as Olivia and Damian. She's glowering over her shoulder at the pink gym buddy who's following along about 20 feet behind her. Her face lights up when she sees me. Hey! Hey yourself. Could you tell Damian to stop following me? Why? What's wrong? It's starting to piss me off. He's acting like I need an escort. Well, the thing about that is, her warm vibe turns to disgust. Don't tell me you put him up to it. I saw Mia last week. You did? When? It was after we hung out in the art classroom and you painted my portrait. She came up to me as I was walking home. Did she do anything? She just said a lot of nasty things about you and Inko, and then she clocked me in my face. Hey, Victor. My heart is torn by her look of betrayal. Why didn't you tell me? I guess I just didn't want you to worry about me. But you were worried enough to tell Damian to follow me to and from school. Yes, and I could see why you would... And now I can see why you all hate Mia. What makes you think I wouldn't be worried about you? You don't need to worry about me. I can take care of... Oh, fuck. I should really think before opening my dumb mouth. But I can't take care of myself. Her face scrunches up in anguish, tears trickling down her snout. Fuck you, Waynon. She wheels past me, close enough to almost make good on her offer to run over my right foot. I fucked up, Damian. Hey, it's my fault too. I also didn't tell her because I didn't want her to worry. Yeah, but why'd we do that? Damian sighs. I don't know, man. Guess we're being overprotective or something. She really hates that stuff, though. What about you? You haven't run into Mia yet, have you? So far, no, but I've had at least one bad dream about her. Hey, you just let me know if you ever need backup, man. I still owe her one for the shit she's put Olivia through. He takes on a very dangerous tone then, one that sounds alarmingly unhinged. Just chatting about the origins of Olivia and Spidey's ability to nearly ruin Wani for his own autism. Yeah, I wonder what Wani would have been. I'm not talking about like Wani Gamu, but like just like Spider's version of Wani. What would that have been? That'd be like Co-op's original envision of like Goodbye Volcano High before it got rewritten. Ever see what Dilophosaurus's acid can do to someone's face? Damian, don't ever talk about that shit. You think I want to see you go to prison for doing something stupid like that? Fuck. Sorry, man, I didn't mean it. You better not have. Hey, Dr. Coconut. Olivia refuses to talk to me during AP art. I hadn't sensed this much hostility from her since my first day at school. What I realized had become my favorite period of the day was now uncomfortably awkward. Should have figured I'd fuck up my budding relationship with a girl in what was probably record time. And was it a relationship? Sure felt like one, not like I had ever had one before. The insides of my chest are doing pretzels with worry, or after Jesus. Why did you have to tempt me with such things as relationships just so I could self-sabotage? I try to consign myself to confronting the worst-case scenario, but it feels as though the life is draining from me just thinking about it. I should drink water too, Olivia. I should have brought more water with me. I'm almost out. It's sad. Ben, Mia, and Lunara definitely had a way bigger part of the story about God knows what he would have written. Would we get original Troon Lunara? At least science offered a small reprieve. I was apparently better at being in the friend zone than I was at relationships. Lunara is no longer flirtatious around me, and is just treating me like a normal lab partner. Wonder of wonders, I can actually sit between two girls now without the alarms, and somehow they actually managed to grow on me. I was still their go-to for all their science questions if they had a hard time understanding something they couldn't decipher or teachers surely Brookanese. The last period of the day is over. Aside from lunch, where Olivia had still been giving me the cold shoulder, the rest of the day had gone smoothly and I was ready to head home. Then I'm stopped by Ben, who looks weirdly apologetic. Excuse me, Anon? Hey Ben, what's up? I wanted to apologize. For what? For stealing your date on Saturday. Oh, that. Listen, you didn't steal anything away from me. Oh, so you aren't mad? No, why would I be? It was a genuine question. Maybe I should have been mad, but was too much of a spurg to understand the intricacies of interpersonal relationships. Well, because even if you weren't infatuated with Lunara, it would still be humiliating to have one's date stolen away mid-date. Oh, it's not like it can be helped now. So you don't care what people may think of you for that? Fuck no. Ben's expression becomes hard to read then. It's like a weird mixture of both pity and envy. I'm not like you. I don't constantly worry about my place in the social hierarchy. I mean... Fuck, that was rude. No, that's a fair assessment of me. I do worry a lot about that sort of thing, and sometimes I inadvertently act as inconsiderate as you do towards others, and... Again, I apologize. Hey, can't blame you if you got my number. I'm relieved that you're not angry. Look, as far as I'm concerned, I was just hanging out with friends. And you kind of did me a favor peeling Lunara away from me like that. Well, I'm glad it worked out with everyone getting what they wanted. Something about the way he said that bothered me. Oh boy, there's potential with Ben and Mia. I'll just look at his gallery. Yeah, the spider really likes drawing Naomi and Mia a lot. Is there a Mia route in Wani Gamer? Yeah. Send Ben to the Lunara dimension. Mia is not an option. Wani Gamer has a Mia route now. Yeah, you told me that. I remember that specifically. She will never be one. I want more specific answer. In the base game, no, you can only have Gator. I didn't say base game mods. I suppose, and I guess I could say I managed to get with Olivia on the rebound. Or so I hope. Please, God, don't let her stay mad at me. I see. So you're really dead set on a relationship with her. Oh, right. For a moment I forgot who it was I was talking to. Not that it's any of your business, but I do like her. Felt weird saying that out loud, and why did it have to be Ben of all people I had to say it to? And I wasn't dead set on anything, it just sort of happened. You are right, it isn't any of my business, but if I could still give you some advice... I roll my eyes. Sure, whatever. Don't give her any pity points. The hell does that mean? It means just that. Don't coddle her with pity. You're talking to a guy who teases her. I don't coddle her. And where the hell is this coming from, Aunt? And where the hell is this coming from anyway? Just experience. Alright, because your experience includes Mia. Yes, the guy who pitied Olivia. Yes, that's right. What of it? I met Mia last week. You did? Yeah, a real sweet girl, that one. Got a mean left hook, too. So that's why you had a bruise. Exactly. So I gotta know, what did you ever see in a psycho like her anyway? Ben rolls his eyes this time. That word gets bandied about so much by people who don't even know what it means. What, you're saying she isn't one? Only in the colloquial sense, but technically she's not a psycho, she's a narcissistic sociopath. Like, that's so much better. So if you know... so if you know that then what the fuck did you ever see in that bitch? Wait, let me guess, you thought to yourself, I can fix her. Something like that. So it makes you think you're qualified to give me advice, social retard that I am. It's because Olivia has similar tendencies as Mia. I should kick your ass for just saying that. Maybe before you try fixing other people, maybe you should try fixing yourself first. Oh no, he's bugging out! I'm trying so hard. Parasaurus breaks down and is quivering like he has a fever. Hey, man. He slinks away and finds an empty classroom. He's going where, Psycho? At least this route could be canon. I mean, he is the original Naomi fan and he created Mia, so... How's my profile pic? I wouldn't know. Why do so many fans Jones for that parapussy? Every other fan game in the works has a Parasword. GF. Looks like a Chad Chic. I don't know, maybe Parapussy is that good, like they say. The crazy. Don't stick it in crazy. Alright, author's note. The following chapter contains 2 licensed tracks from Samurai Champloo. Friday. So is this new oh yeah. Oh, new content, let's go! It's warm enough today that Christy decides to have us go outside for art class to create some nature still lifes. So far, though, my attempts to treat at a tree look more like an upright turd. This was about the time I'd be asking Olivia for pointers, but she's still giving me the silent treatment. At least she wasn't glaring at me anymore. Oh no. What's up, kid? Oh, Mr. Scorsivito, what's wrong? Nothing, just thought I'd stretch my legs for a bit. Don't you have a class? They're busy with a test. That ought to keep them busy for a while. So anyways, I heard you struck out with that Lunara trick. Why would he be concerned with this? Guess even some of the teachers had their ears pressed to the rumor mill. I wouldn't call it striking out. We were just hanging out and then Ben took her home. Ouch, tough luck, kid. She was eyeballing you from day one. Sure, but I wasn't interested in her anyway. Not interested? The freak is wrong with you. I'm just not interested in having a girlfriend. Science teacher facepalms. What are you, gay? Frickin' dudes today. You know, when I was your age, I was trying to nail every piece of tail there was. And I don't just mean literal dino tail. Well, even if I tried to make her my girlfriend, it wouldn't have worked out anyway. We were just too different. Now that's just sour grapes right there. How's that sour grapes? I wasn't pissed or throwing a shit fit. I was cool with her going with Ben, if anything. Nah, kid, that ain't the meaning of sour grapes. Or at least it didn't used to be. So what does it mean? So the story goes that there's this frickin' fox trying to get at some grapes in a grape tree, but he couldn't reach them. Eventually he gives up and says the grapes were sour anyway. Sour grapes in its original meaning is when you try and rationalize your failures. But the fox did fail to get the grapes. You're missing the point, kid. Trying is what's important. If we keep trying to rationalize our failures, then we may give up before we even try a habitual thing. That's actually a good point. Damn straight it is. Take that Olivia chick over there. What about her? She's the epitome of sour grapes. It's like she just gave up on everything. And what makes you think that you know anything about her? Hey, whoa, tough guy over here. So I see you got a thing for her, eh? Well, listen, she's one of my students and she ain't doing so well. And I could tell by her demeanor she just wants to quit. And I've heard enough from the other teachers about her sordid past here. She has had it rough. Sure, but she didn't quit at the first sign of the trouble. Take it from me, Anon. What I'm saying applies to the both of you. So why don't you frickin' man up and talk to her already? Ask her for some pointers on painting, because you sure need it. And you can return the favor by helping her with science, because she sure needs it. Alright, I'll give it a shot. Attaboy. Oh no. Is Dominic bothering you, Anon? No, Miss Tolbert, we're just making small talk. Hey, Christy, how have you been? Fine, Dominic, and by the way, that's not the meaning of sour grapes either. Oh yeah, so what did I get wrong? Sour grapes is when the fox is leveling scoring at the reward. Anon, have you given any scoring to Lunara despite Ben? Not really, I just wasn't interested. Doesn't sound like sour grapes to me, then. You created the statistics lore and how many men can go. Like, I can fix her. Don't stick your bonk in crazy aggression. Superman's uncle, if he was a person. Well, I mean, I haven't been groomed yet today. Yeah, she's my retard grape. What? Love my Tolbert MILF teacher. Oh. Okay, so maybe my interpretation is a little off, but is it wrong? No, but your describing sounds more like stinkin' thinking. Is that right? So hey, I heard you love them frickin' Japanese cartoons. Maybe I do. What of it? I freaking like them shows too. Which ones? The ones with the giant robots. Which ones with the giant robots? I don't know, ain't they all about giant robots or freaking ninja kids? Dominic, bye. Swing and a miss. At least nobody can accuse me of not trying, right, Anon? I'll see you next period, and don't forget what I frickin' told ya. So what do you think he told you? The value of perseverance, and he told it better than those lame motivational posters. She smirks affectionately. The groomer MILF. Yeah, we got groomed last time. Olivia? Yes. I, still kind of suck at painting. Can you help me out? Sure, bring your crap over here and I'll help you suck less. Thanks, and sorry about before. That's okay, I know you were just worried. February, Saturday 10th. Give me a moment here. Alright. Another week down, my 5th, I think. The days were passing with such regularity that now even the weeks seemed to roll by. Olivia and I were on speaking terms again. After that Friday in the school gardens, we were talking and joking to each other again, and even furiously texting one another after school, sharing pictures and videos. I'd come to terms with the fact that I liked her, which still felt strange to admit even to myself. Maybe God had a sense of humor in pairing me of all people with a meteor dodger. At least he chose a fellow shitposting weeb. Was that the only reason I liked her, or was it something else? The more I asked about Inko, the more I learned he had next to nothing in common with Olivia, or even Damian for that matter. He didn't like video games, or anime, or anything. And most of his opinions had come from blogs and video essays. The way they described him, he just seemed kinda dull. That there must have been something about him I wasn't seeing, and couldn't see until I met him in person. After all, he had painted something better than what Olivia herself had made, and he was a talented photographer as well. Meanwhile, I was still waiting to discover my talent. It's a perfect Saturday to be indoors with the curtains closed and the lights off. It's raining outside, and the pitter-patter of the glass is very relaxing. F it, Tolbert wrote. They almost made love. What? Damn it, I wouldn't complain at all, to be honest. That dude just might be my favorite teacher. Didn't think this could be so juicefully interesting. My back to my bed as I sit on the floor. The game I'm playing is the only thing illuminating the mostly dark room, apart from my game, which I have on low volume. The only sound is the clicking of buttons and the gentle beating of raindrops on my window. And the sound of a notification breaks my trance. Can I please come over to your place? Uh-oh. First Christy, then Lunara, now Olivia. All the girls in my life seem to be conspiring to rob me of my weekends. But this is Olivia we're talking about. Olivia, the girl I like. And she was wanting to come over to my place. Oh fuck, oh fuck. But why did she want to come over? I respond with something non-committal. Hey, what's up? Can I please come over to your place right now? Whatever was up with her, it was serious. My heart racing and my breath quickening, I swallow and reply. Sure, is something the matter? I just need some place to go. Please let me stay with you. My insides bottom out. She must have been having family issues with the pains. And here my poverty-stricken ass was without a car to come pick her up. You can stay with me. Do you want me to come get you? We'll have to ride the metro. I'm already on the metro. I know which stop, but I don't know how to get to your place. Please come pick me up. I don't want to go to your place alone. I wouldn't want her to go alone either. It's funny how she hated the idea of Damian being her escort, but now she would really need one. Escort wasn't just a cute euphemism here. The crippled dinosaur girl really would need someone to watch her through the shithole that was Skin Row. Don't worry, I'll be there. Thank you. Oops, spoilers. What? He's Walmart Carl. He's Carl's buddy, Wonder Carl. Plot twist of the mod. Purple stuff refers to Tolbert's ass. That's the new, that's the revision. Story over, end of stream. Shut it down. Something comes over me, and it's enough to silence the alarms. Olivia needs me. I don't know what the exact problem is, but she needs me to come to her rescue. Throwing on my jacket and shoes, I prepare to leave. I grab my knife and put it into my back pocket, praying more so than ever that I won't need it. I step out of the darkened warmth of my apartment and into the shocking cold of rain on my scalp. I might as well have been leaving the proverbial womb behind. While I'm wishing my unprepared ass had come equipped with an umbrella, jogging down the street, my feet hitting the concrete with wet slaps, I try to think of any place along the way that may sell umbrellas. Then I see a vendor outside the bodega selling cheap compacts. They weren't as nice as the parasols he was also peddling, but it was the best I could afford at that moment. Any protection was better than nothing. I pay for it with my meager allowance and then hurry to the metro. Olivia's already waiting for me under the shelter of the terminal. She's pulled her phone out, probably to text me to ask where I am. I jog up to greet her, umbrella in hand. Hang on. Relief spreads across her grief-stricken face. She moves close enough that I can shelter us both under my new umbrella. Okay, Anon, you've been waiting years for this moment. Now's the time. Kept you waiting, huh? She breaks into a grin and chuckles. I was worried the reference would go over her head. Such a freaking dork. The moment passes and her distressed expression returns. You okay? No. Hug. She wheels herself closer and reaches for me. I bend down and allow her to embrace me, my left arm wrapping around her while my other still holds the umbrella above us. Thank you for coming for me. What happened? I don't want to talk about it. Can we please just go to your place? I don't want to go home. Sure, do you want to follow me or here? She takes the umbrella. I'll hold this, you push. You sure? Yes, I trust you. Sweats very hard. I think I'm going to become a Miss Tolbert's believer by the end of the stream. Spread the gospel. Taking the handles of her chair, I began to push her back to my place. It felt humbling to know she was willing to entrust me with taking control of her chair, which is like an extension of her. It was like taking both her hands and leading her through the dark. I have to hunch forward so I can get the minimal coverage of the umbrella provides for the both of us. She's holding it just above her head. I still worry about being harassed by the local wildlife lurking in every alleyway. I push her just a little faster than my usual walking pace. I get to an obstacle that I, in my short-sightedness, hadn't even considered before. There was a sidewalk closed barrier, and beyond it, about 30 or 40 feet of torn-up concrete. I had simply walked around the barrier and through the short construction area without even thinking about it. Now with my wheelchair-bound companion, that's no longer possible. How had it not even occurred to me before? What seemed like no big deal to me was virtually like a wall for Olivia. This must have been the kind of shit she had to deal with regularly. I'm sorry, I forgot about this. That's okay. Is there another way? I can either take the long way around the block, or I can push you in the street for just a little bit. It's your call. I trust you. I remember this part. Going back in time. Take the short way. It's a little risky, but the less time we spend out in the open, the better. Turning the cars parked to our left, I push Olivia between the bumpers of a couple of shit boxes, one of which I know for a fact is being used as a mobile home. I look both ways before making the treacherous journey, sure that no cars were coming from either direction. I take us onto the street. Facing right, I pump my legs furiously, reminded briefly of when I would do this with shopping carts my dad made me take to the place for returns after grocery shopping. The distance of 40 feet feels much longer. Once we're clear of the torn-up sidewalk, I push Olivia back up to the concrete path and resume our intended course. Time for another drink. I was still probably safer than venturing into one of the bad areas. Skin Rail always got more dangerous, not just when it was dark, but also when it was overcast. Relief floods over me when we get to the door of my apartment. I'm doubly relieved that I live on the bottom floor. I fish my keys out of my pocket with a trembling hand and jam the toothpiece of bronze into the keyhole. The door open. I push Olivia inside, still humbled by the trust she's placed in me. For all she knew, it could have been a roach-infested crackden. Following her in, I turn and shut the door gently, always wary of making too much noise. Door shut and the sound of the rain muffled. I lock it. First the knob, then the chain near the top. Turning around, I put my back to the door and slide slowly to the floor. More relief washing over me until I'm sitting with my face in my knees. There's barely enough space in the kitchen for Olivia to maneuver. She looks over her shoulder, one of her yellow and silver eyes locking onto me. She pats my shoulder with her tail. You can relax now, lover boy. We're safe. Safe is a relative term in this instance. I turn on the lights, feeling shame at the state of my apartment, which is now host to a girl. Welcome to Chezanon. It ain't much, but you're certainly welcome here. It's fine. Thanks again for coming for me and letting me stay here. Her voice comes out sounding defeated. It's like she can't even muster the energy to tease me about something she normally would. Just how long did you want to stay? I don't know, maybe one night. A night, huh? Or a week? A week? I'm sorry, I just don't want to go back there. Why? Did you have a fight or something? Yes. I was afraid of that. Did you fight with Damian? Sorry, I had to clear my throat again. Like, hardcore. Her breathing hitches. Damian, Uncle Randy. What happened? She begins sobbing, tears streaming down her snout. Something moves in her hoodie pocket, and a rat peeks his furry little face out, as though concerned for her. I hope you don't mind, but I brought Guts with me. Nah, I don't mind. Is he at least housebroken, isn't he? He is, don't worry. I always wanted a pet, but Mom wouldn't allow it. That sucks. The Paynes never had a problem with him. Her voice comes out full of regret, as though she was suddenly thankful for their leniency towards small animals. Remember to wash your food. They don't wash they chicken. So what happened? It was like the tension that had been building for a while just popped off. Tension from the past few weeks or months. More like years. We were eating dinner and Damian and me already fought a little earlier over something stupid. Then Randy and Sophia asked him about Liz, and he told them he was going on a date with her. Then I just scoffed and he said, "What?" And then I said that with her body and long neck, she could probably go on a date with 2 guys at the same time. I winced at the cruel joke. It might have made a funny shitpost, but to say that to someone who was essentially your brother, I can't hide my own disappointment. Why would you say that? I don't know. It was like a pressure building and it was just wanting to get out. That's why you get it out of your system online or with gaming. I know. But I'm tired of feeling like I'm always hiding behind some fake identity. Fair enough, but why would you go off on Damian like that? If Olivia loves Mobile Suit Gundam, does that make her a Mobile Suit Gundam? You mean to tell me you don't wash your chicken with bleach? Oh, I remember seeing those videos. I don't know, maybe because I'm tired of this constant happy attitude. I think I just wanted him to get angry with me for once. And he did. He flew into a rage, saying that he was done putting up with me. He said that it's been like that for years and he was sick of it. Randy tried to calm him down, but then Damian said he couldn't wait for them to kick me out after graduation and that they had already been talking about it. Oh shit, I knew it was bad, but I didn't think it was this bad. It is that bad. Wait, what? Huh? Shit, did I just say that? You have a tendency to mumble to yourself. I do? Yeah, it's actually kind of cute. A girl I liked was in my dump of an apartment and now she was calling me cute. Calm down, Anon. It's also very dorky. And then you left, I'm guessing. Yes, as soon as Damian said that, it was like I was coming unplugged. He felt like a stranger to me. They all did. I went to my room and got guts and all my allowance money, then Randy and Sophia tried to stop me, but I just yelled at them that I wanted to go. Randy looked almost like he wanted to yell too. He just pinched his nose and said, "Fine, you're old enough that you can make your own decisions. Go cool off for a while." Then Vinny tried to stop me. He was bawling as hard as I'd ever seen him and saying, "I hate you, Damian." And I hated myself for hearing him say that because I knew it was my fault. I just hugged him and told him I'd be back. Chat going. NyQuil chicken. Hey dog. So does this mod go all the way to the end now, or is it still cut off? I don't know. Cut off. There's still a shit ton of stuff to do, yeah. Still not finished. There's still plenty of content. The endings will take more time. Alright. She's sobbing harder and hiccuping now. I know I have problems. I know I've been a brat, and I just didn't want to do what I always do and sulk in my room. I just had to leave. Well, it's raining, and all of the places you went to me? I didn't know where else to go, and sometimes you seem like the only one who gets me, and She chokes on the last word, unable to get it out. Her eyes squeeze shut, and it all comes pouring out harder than ever. I miss Inko so much. I want so badly to tell him everything. And I hate myself for being too much of a coward to not tell him when I had the chance. Now it's too late. Not knowing what else to do, I embrace her and let her cry into my already damp jacket. Guts is on her lap, and I'm careful not to smother him, and I'm close enough to be able to hold her while she gets it all out. Minutes pass by and they feel much longer. With a few last mucusy sniffles, she pulls away from me, breathing deeply in a way that sounded like relief. Thanks, I didn't know how badly I needed that. No problem. Listen, you can spend the night here, but I don't know about a whole week. I doubt your godparents would allow it. I don't care anymore. I mean, I love them, but that's also why I don't want to put up put any more strain on them. I always knew I'd have to leave eventually. Why not now? Cryzen Gator. Yes, I want blood in ending 1. Ending 1 is purple stank. Okay, but this place isn't exactly fit for 2 people. Hell, it barely fits for 1. Right now, it feels like the safest place on Earth. Look, if you don't want me here, just say so. Olivia, I do want to help you. I just don't think I can. I don't even have much money for food. I've got that covered. I got $300 here. I was saving up for some Gundams, but this is my allowance. My allowance that my dad gives me, and I repay him by being a moody shit who sulks in a room and treats his best friends like strangers. And all I can think of is buying some dumb toys for myself. Just take the money. Take all of it. This is me paying you to let me stay. Stop! I don't want your money. Shit, maybe I said that more forcefully than intended. Keep your money. Buy that Gundam you wanted. I don't need it. Okay, but if I could stay, I would at least buy us groceries. Maybe, that's even assuming Randy and Sophia would allow it. She whines in frustration. I'm going to text Damian that you're here. No, don't tell him where I am. Olivia, Damian's my buddy, and regardless of what's going on between you and the Pains, you should at least let them know you're safe, and they're not worried. One hidden ending. Cope-fic ending. We'll add a little extra chapter CGs in the middle of existing story just to make Pork play the entire thing for the 5th time. Yeah, that'd be fun. All the saves don't work again. Hey, Olivia's is with me at my place. Oh, thank God. We've been trying to reach her, but she's ignoring us. She told me what happened. She feels really bad about it and just needs some time away to cool off. Alright, that's cool. She didn't go through Skid Row by herself, did she? I escorted her back to my place. Thanks for looking out for her, man. If you want, I can come pick her up in my dad's car. She doesn't want to leave. I think she should stay here for one night at least so she can sleep on it. Alright, man. If you're sure you don't mind. It's fine. I'll take care of her. I promise. Alright, I told Damian you're here and spending the night with me. She breathed a sigh of relief. Thank you. I was a little worried he'd come and get me, or you'd ask him to come get me. I don't think that'd be good for either you or for either of you right now. Sabik was joking, by the way. Bye, guys. I don't want more spoilers. So, what do you want to do? I never had to entertain a guest before. I mean, guess. Guts is your guest, too. He sure is. I reach forward and extend my finger to Guts, who's currently inspecting his new environs from his perch on Olivia's knee. The rat sniffs my finger and then grasps it with a tiny hand. He's shaking. I gently stroke Guts under his chin. Now we're acquainted. I grab a shoebox and line it in with some scrap paper from failed drawings for AP art. Will this suit him? Sure, for now. She sets Guts in the box and gently places it on the floor. Don't worry, he won't run off. Guts peeks his head over the side of the box, then leaps out of it. Now aware that it's his property, he continues to inspect the rest of the apartment. I guess we could play video games. That's what I was doing before. Okay. She hefts herself out of her wheelchair and sits on my bed. What do you want to play? You're the host. You decide. I remember this. I pull out all of my original Xbox games to find a good one for multiplayer. You ever play Time Squatters 3? Nope. That's a great shooter. The Time Squatters trilogy plays like Goldenhorn or Perfect Dark. A real good boomer shooter. Sounds fun. I love shooters. I dig out a purple, or is it magenta, Xbox controller and plug it into the second port. Here, I'll take the Duke and you can take the Duchess. The Duchess? That's why I call this one, because of the girly color. She rolls her eyes, but also giggles as she takes the proffered controller. The way she giggled sounded unusually high for her normal, raspy-speaking voice. It was clear and feminine, and made the alarms go off for a moment. I sit next to the purple-clad gator, grinning like a dork, and press start. Rats, rats, where are the rats? He's gonna breathe the ozone! Oh no! Oh no. Hoshin does damage control now. I haven't finished one. Are the endings still as emotional as they say they are? Yeah. Inko wakes up and tries to fight Anon for Olivia and dies for real. We pray at night, we stalk at night, we're the rats. Rainbow in the background, wonder where he got him. Yeah, he's still there. You want to do the main campaign on co-op or multiplayer? Let's do multiplayer. Okay, you want to do PvP or PvE against some bots? Or we'll warm up with PvE and then move on to PvP. I set up a match on a good capture the flag map. Us two having a squad of bots. I pick Sergeant Vasquez and she chooses Corporal Hart. God, every time I eat, I can't get rid of this cough for like a good hour. She's a quick learner, and before long, we've won every match against the CPU. We then move on to PvP, and she's every bit as competitive as I would have imagined. I made sure to pick a map that wasn't very familiar with, promising her I didn't know where every weapon or health or armor pickups were located. I lead at first, but she manages to close the gap the more we play, and I can't help but notice her smiling out of the corner of my eye. On our 10th match, I managed to take a lead. The first I had in a while, but then she closes the gap until we're tied. Time is running out, and then... Hey! She's lightly thumping the back of my head with her tail, and now I'm dead. I won! I won! You fucking cheat. I can't help but laugh in spite of it. Now, don't be a sore loser. She settles back down, her childish glee exhausted in a final satisfied sigh. That was fun. It was. You feel better now? I do. For a moment I forgot all about that stupid fight. Sometimes video games are the best way to take your mind off of anything. She looks down pensively. Something wrong? It's just that for a while I've been playing all of my video games alone. I've forgotten what it was like to play games with someone else. I think about it and then I nod my head with a solemn exhale. Same. I gotta use your bathroom. Oh, this is where she looks at the bathroom. She's like, damn, you live like this? Okay, well first you have to go down that hallway, take a left at the intersection, keep going, and then it's the 4th door on the right. That's too far for my crippled ass. Can I just use the conveniently placed bathroom here? Be my guess, but it's not as nice. A quick look at my phone tells me that we've been playing for a good 2 hours. It didn't seem as long when playing with her. I was starting to like the idea of having her around for more than one night. Gasp! Oh, what's wrong? The fuck is wrong with you? When was the last time you cleaned in here? Like last week, I think? Oh my god, do dudes actually live like this? I always thought that was a myth! Time Splitters 2 was the shit back in the day. I never played any of that. Oh no, a plot hole. Yeah, plot hole. Where'd the rainbow come from? Oh look, I'm sorry, but if I had known I was going to have a guess, I would have cleaned for you. She sighs. Well, there's no way I'm going to use your bathroom in this condition. Fine, you just hold it in the entire time. Fine, I'll clean it for you. We'll clean it together. At least you have cleaning supplies, right? Yes, I got plenty of that at least. I forget, you said this was like the Wani Gemu bathroom. The Dino Girl and I set to scrubbing my bathroom from top to bottom with bleach and pine-scented cleaner. Anon, you don't have a cat or some small animal, do you? No, why? And why are these small black hair... She shivers in horror. Oh my god, that's fucking disgusting! Sorry. The fuck, are you manscaping or something? No, hair just falls off sometimes. You should be ashamed of yourself. I don't come over to your house to bitch about bits of dead skin in your bathroom. I pick up my shed skin. The least you could do is pick up your... I'm not touching that, by the way. Fair enough. I take a rag and wash the offending area. Human women would always have to spend a fortune on razors to get rid of their bodily hair. We Dino Girls don't have to worry about that because we only grow hair on our scalps like God intended. Well, you know, the Snoop Burger would say otherwise. That was true. Dinosaurs didn't need to shave their arms or armpits or legs or other areas. Olivia brought me back to attention with the deft snap of her fingers. Hey, lover boy, stop thinking about Lunara's thighs. I wasn't. Sure you weren't. Never mind. She giggles smugly. I remember this video of an apartment toilet overflowing, but instead of water, it was this pitch black thing, like it was literally the light absorbing black goo. She found the source. I finished cleaning my bathroom, and I gotta admit that it looks nicer than when I first moved in. That's better. Now, shoo, I still have to go, and I've been holding it in this entire time. Sorry. Close the door behind me and go over to my bed. I sit down, pull out my phone, and try to ignore the sounds of a girl using my bathroom. Just how had this happened? One moment I was unlucky with the ladies, now there was one practically wanting to move in with me. As flattering as it was, I did worry for her home life. It wouldn't do her any good to just shut the pains out. I wondered if I could help in some way. I would have to, because as fun as this was for the moment, I could see shit going south fast. The absolute last thing I needed was for her father figures to break down my door because a boy was keeping her. Randy was a pure Dilophosaurus. His spit was more potent than his son's. And I sure as shit didn't need her father, the Air Force badass, blowing my door off its hinges with a sonic boom to have me for dinner. Damian would have told Randy and Sophia by now. Thinking about it, I'm actually surprised Randy hasn't tried to call me yet. I suppose he would sooner or later and tell me that he couldn't let her stay one night, let alone 1 week. I'm torn between wanting Olivia to do what she thinks is best for herself, and what's best for both she and her family. And another part of me wants her to stay for admittedly selfish reasons. Ugh. Okay, now I'm getting hungry. Why have you got to eat around here? And I want to pay you back for eating your food, so don't feel bad about that. Oh yeah, the Dino Nuggies. I got an unopened bag of Dino Nuggies. Really? Well, that's all. Did I mention I also got the best honey mustard and barbecue sauces to go with them? Don't you do your own cooking? No, I didn't sign up for home ec. And your parents never taught you none of that stuff. No, my dad was always busy with work, and Mom could be fussy with who she let use the kitchen. And I guess I'll teach you. If you want. Sure, you can teach me. You can show me how to make meals out of unopened condiments. How about I buy your broke ass some real food tomorrow, and then I can show you how to cook some stew. Oh yeah, sounds fun. Assuming Randy and Sophia will let you stay. I've already made my mind up about that. I'm not going home. Not yet, at least. Alright. We then go into my kitchen and turn on the oven and bake us a bag of Dino Nuggies. I know she had a much bigger appetite, so I used up most of the bag. 2143 Red will ride. Is that the order you got them in? I got ending 3 on my first playthrough. Yeah, me too. Dino Nuggies at 1 in the morning. Lost control of your life. At least with Snoot, I was lucky enough to get ending 3 first go. Are we actually going to get Olivia mom lore in this mod? That'd be interesting. Ugh. Just how were dinos supposed to afford to feed themselves in this economy anyway? Half an hour later, you know, the same economy which arcades cost $1/4 per pop. Half an hour later, we're chowing down on breaded chicken while watching Koromatri High School on my computer. Hey, why Dino Nuggies? What do you mean? I mean, why dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets? Well, why not? Just seems a little strange, dinosaurs eating dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets. You're overthinking it. Am I, though? These are human... There are human-shaped cookies, why no human-shaped chicken nuggets? Good point. I could go for some Humi nuggies right about now. But until they make them, you're just going to have to do with some pseudo-cannibalism. I take one of the dinosaur-shaped morsels and drown it in honey mustard. My phone vibrates. I answer. Hello? A familiar voice greets me. Hi, Anon? Hey, Randy, how are you? I put him on speaker and set the phone between us. Oh, I'm fine. Damian told me Olivia's with you. She is, sir. He chuckled. No need to call me sir, but you live in Skin Row, don't you? I do. Olivia texted me that she was on the metro asking if she could come over to my place, so I escorted her back here. She told me you guys had a fight. The Godfather sighed. I'm afraid so. We're not proud to admit it, but me and the missus are grateful for you for looking after Olivia. I thought it might be best for us all to let her get out of the house for a bit to cool off. I suppose enough time has passed that I can come and get her now. Dino Girl is shaking her head. A long pause follows. So, I got your address. I'm just going to head on over to your place and take her off your hands. She really doesn't want to go back. What should I do? Have Olivia talk to Randy. She's old enough to make her own decisions, and she had resented me and Damian for being overprotective and thinking she could take care of herself. If she really did not want to go back, that was between her and Randy. I whispered to her, you tell him you don't want to go. I don't want to talk to him. It's your decision. You have to work it out with him. Just tell him what you told me. Dino Nuggies slap, man. I haven't had chicken nuggets in like what feels like years. Oh, I'm not going to make up lore on her parents. Or we got more than that in the base game. Not of Olivia's mom. Comardi High is really good and actually funny. Can recommend. It's all fun and games till the SpongeBob Ice Pop comes to life and wakes you up from your sleep. And it's giant. Base game still has a lot of nuance. Check out the analysis I wrote on the Steam guides. There's 2. You still there? Olivia clears her throat. Uncle Randy, I don't want to go home. He lets out an exasperated sigh. Olivia, please, I'm not in the mood for this. Then that's all the more reason to let me stay here with Anon for a while. Look, I know you and Sophia and Damian are tired of me. I'm sorry, I know I can be a real pain in the ass sometimes, but that's why I need this. Maybe if you would just talk to us sometimes instead of treating us like strangers. Sometimes you act like you don't even want to live with us anymore. Because sometimes I feel like you don't even want me there anymore. Look, you gotta meet us halfway here. We do want you. You're my best friend's daughter, and we've always loved you, but you've just been so gosh dang moody lately. And I know, we know you've been through a lot last year, but we're trying to help you. You only act like you don't want our help, and it comes off as ingratitude. Sometimes I feel like I'm not worth helping or worth the time. Well, sometimes we all feel that way, but you just gotta get over it. Ask yourself what you would do if you suddenly fell into a lake. Would you do nothing and let yourself drown? Or would you swim your way to shore? And I know you're a good swimmer. Shucks, you spend a lot of time in our pool in the summer, so I know you love to swim. I start picturing Olivia in a swimsuit. She must be reading my mind because she's giving me that mischievous look again. You still there? I'm here, Uncle Randy, and you're right. I do love to swim, and I'm grateful to you guys for letting me use your pool. Maybe when it's warm enough for the barbecue, we can invite Anon over. I'd certainly love to have him over. I've only met him once, but I know you get along with him pretty well from what I've heard from Damian. And that's why I want to stay with him. You said yourself before that I'm old enough to make my own decisions. And hear Randy musing to himself on the other end. For tonight? I was thinking for 1 week. He lets out another exasperated sigh. I don't know. I feel like I'd already be pushing at letting you stay with a boy from school for one night. A week seems excessive. What would your father think? I have to answer to him too, you know. My dad can talk to me about it. I know you and him are best buddies. That's why I don't want to put any more strain on you than I already have. If I could just have some way, I could think it... If I could just have some time away, I think it could relieve a lot of that pressure. Think of it like we're all taking a break or a vacation from each other. Well... I hear Randy and Sophia talking it out on the other end. We look at each other as the tense moment passes. Alright, we talked it over. We agree that... And guess what? The fucking yawn's kicked in because it's like 7 o'clock now. Oh, I don't want to be yawning over this. I'm sorry. Alright, we've talked it over. We agree that you're old enough to be able to make your own decisions, and if you really want to stay with Anon for a week, you should be able to. But first, we need to get some things straight between us. Things need to change when you get back home next Saturday, understand? Yes, Uncle Randy. I can't keep yawning. Come on, man. First things first, no more treating us like we're your landlords and you're just renting a room for us. We're family. We expect you to treat us like family. No more being a stranger at the dinner table or during family time when we're watching TV or gaming. Okay, that's fair. I do see you as family. I just get shy sometimes. There's no reason to be shy around us. Second, your grades have got to start improving. We know you've been slipping at school. You should be working on your homework instead of gaming and watching anime. I know her grades are... You were just told... Anon, you were told that she was failing science. I didn't know her grades were slipping. How did she expect to graduate and get a scholarship in an art school? She sees the look in my eye, look on my face and looks ashamed. We've told you before that we won't tolerate senioritis. We don't want to kick you to the curb, but we don't want you flunking out and repeating senior year, or worse, dropping out altogether. Oh my god, I apologize, dude. And chat's dead. I think by next transition we'll probably call it, just so I'm not yawning all over the place. You do want to be a successful artist one day, like your teacher Ida can. God rest his soul, don't you? Yes, I want it more than anything in the world. Then act like it. His voice comes out more stern than before, and I find myself agreeing with him. I will. I promise. I don't want to let him down. Alright then, and thirdly, this applies to you too, Anon. Absolutely positively no hanky-panky while you're there. Am I understood? It's not like that, Uncle Randy. Anon's just a friend. Well, just to be sure, Anon, do I have your word you won't be getting fresh with my goddaughter? You bet, Randy. Olivia and I will be chaste as two nuns on Easter Sunday. Rip pork, yeah. I'll try putting a fork in a toaster. It might help you wake up. Yeah, I'll die. Shucks, no bath CG. Bath CG? Are you trying to, like... Are you trying to, like, entice me? Girl doesn't know yawning is contagious. It is. Even to myself. Right now. Ugh, jeez. Oh. He bursts out laughing on the other end. Well, alright, that's what I like to hear. You're a good man. One final thing. You need to apologize to Damian for the nasty things you said about Liz. I will, Uncle Randy. I feel sick for saying that. I would ask you why you felt the need to say that to him, but I figure that it's best you two work that out tomorrow. He's already said he's willing to go over to Anon's to bring whatever you need for the week. Just text him and let him know. Okay, I will. And thank you for letting me have this. Don't thank me, thank Anon. Thank you, Anon. I'm happy to help. Help all of you, I mean. I want to see Olivia get along with her family. And we appreciate it. I'm glad I asked you to be your friend. Me too. A somber pause fell over the room, and I felt like Randy was physically there with us for a moment. Alright then, I'll let you go, and good luck to the both of you. Let this be a learning experience. Good night and goodbye, Olivia. Anon. Good night, Uncle Randy. Take it easy. The Dino Girl seizes me in a strong hug, her breasts pressing against me, making it difficult to breathe both from the force of her hug and the blaring of the alarms. I could stay. I could stay. That's kind of tight, Olivia. Boy, you are soft. If you can't handle a little hug, then why aren't you hugging back? I hold my hands just above her hoodie like they would burn at the touch. You heard what I told Randy. No getting grabby. It's just an innocent little hug, and you've hugged me twice already. She clutches me firmly enough to feel like I'm in a very soft vice with two very big pillows suffocating me on one end. Her gaze is half-lidded, and her grin is toothy. The alarms are reducing me to putty in her grip. The Dino Girl's gaze slowly goes from playful to unimpressed at the limp human in her grip. She lets me go, and I'm able to draw a full breath. You're a good man, Arthur Morgan. Hugged the gator twice, winning in like... I thought it was like 3 times. This would be the 3rd time. Bath and toaster, CG. No. That's ending 1. Alright. Crying out loud, Anon. You really are girl-phobic, aren't you? Usually it's girls who have a phobia of me. Well, you are a creepy weeb who mumbles. Says the moody weeb who looks like she's always ready to bite someone's face off. She nips playfully at me, then turns her attention to her phone. I'm texting Damian now. I'm telling him I'm sorry for what I said and also giving him a list of things to bring. I'll get him to bring my beanbag so I'll have something to sleep on. Oh shit, I didn't even think about where you're supposed to sleep. It's okay, I could sleep on the floor for tonight. No, I'm not going to make you do that. I'm the host and you're the guest. It's okay, really. You're not making me do anything, and you're still doing me a favor by letting me stay with you. I shake my head. Look, I don't know how else to say this, so I'll just say it. Not only am I not going to let a girl sleep on the floor, I'm not going to let a crippled girl sleep on the floor. Okay, I get it. You're very chivalrous. I'll tell you what. How about we compromise? I could sleep in your bed, and you can have your blankets and pillow. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. I can sleep on my stomach, and my hoodie is warm enough. I moved to my cabinets and opened them. I have a spare blanket. I have spare blankets here. I guess you'd have the one on the bed already, and I can use these to lay on. Okay, take your pillow at least. Now I'll just roll up the little rug on the floor and use it as a pillow. We stay up a while longer watching anime, then playing more video games, and then just talking. I couldn't remember enjoying casual conversation as much as I was enjoying it with her. We had talked plenty of times during AP art, lunch, and after school, but this was more heartfelt. She yawns wide, her maw like a cavern full of pearly white stalactites and stalagmites. Ready to hit the hay? Oh boy, am I ever! She smiles and nods. Do you want to borrow my toothbrush? Wait, what? Nah, I'll be fine. Are you going to change into your pajamas? I didn't want her to see my Master Drug onesie, which I seldom wore much these days anyway. I'll just sleep in my clothes. Normally, I just wear my boxers while I'm sleeping. She rolls her eyes. This is feeling more and more like an old, like getting an up-close look at a dude in his natural habitat and observing his behaviors. So make a nature documentary, then. Laying two blankets one on top of the other, I form a makeshift mattress with my down pillow on one end. Olivia lays on my bed on her abdomen, covered by a blanket. Her snout is poking from under the blanket towards the window. Guts curling up next to her maw, and I have to pause to admire the trust the little creature has for Olivia. I can't help but smile at the sight. I lay down on my hobo mattress and rest my suddenly weary head on my pillow, grateful to have that at least. A contented sigh passes through me. Having a girl over wasn't so bad. It wasn't so bad, it turned out. Even in the span of a few hours, she felt more familiar to me. The rain continued its steady beat against the window as we laid sheltered in my meager dwelling. Rain on? Yeah. Thank you. You're welcome. It's actually been pretty fun so far. Having her around was a surprisingly welcome change of pace. But I worried she and I might get on each other's nerves after a while. I heard a saying once, familiarity breeds contempt. Maybe that's how she felt towards the Pains. I hope then that living with me for a bit would make her appreciate them again. I was just so sad and miserable earlier today. She pauses then, and I don't know if she's waiting for me to say something. I know, when I saw you at the metro station, you looked like how you did on the first day I saw you. She gives a regretful moan. I'm so sorry for how I was to you that first day. I tend to have that effect on women. I call it poison pheromones. She giggles. I guess I had to build up a tolerance then. I smile at my self-deprecation. By then, my eyes had adjusted enough to the dark that I no longer saw blackness, but faint light from the window. The stream, Victor, the stream, yeah. Hey, Ramon. It sucks that I'm at work and can't enjoy the stream as I want to. Big L. 2:25 a.m. and I'm gonna persist. It's fucking like 7, nearly 7:30 and I'm tired. I've been going to bed super early just to wake up super early. I want to sleep in. I want to sleep. I need to get like a good amount of sleep, and I haven't been able to sleep soundly with all this tailbone pain acting up more now. It's sad. A Master Chief onesie would be badass, not gonna lie. I don't know. I'd get sweaty in anything. I gotta sleep in like my underwear, dude. Like I need the cool air, but I don't want to be like cold. The first day I saw you, I couldn't help but think that you looked how I felt. Though in hindsight, you had it worse than I. She contemplatively. Maybe. I know you don't want to talk about it, but just between us, what happened to you to make you want to leave your old school? I figured maybe she deserved to know, seeing how Liz had told me about the winter formal. Yeah, we still have the picture around here, don't we? She's gonna find that, isn't she? My old school used to have these anti-bully posters everywhere, but fat lot of good those did me. She scoffed and I could practically hear her rolling her eyes. Fat lot of good they do anyone. I always like to pride themselves on their efforts to stop. Oh, here we go. To stop bullying, and then the student body thought they were a part of it. Never stopped them from talking about me, though, calling me a weeb and whatnot. Someone managed to get a hold of some embarrassing fucking photoshops I made of myself with my waifus, printed them out and posted them everywhere. Imagine going to school one day, seeing the usual meaningless stuff on the bulletin board, and then doing a double take when you see a Photoshop with you of your arm around Asuka, and thinking, hoping to God, that this is all just a dream. Yawning ASMR with pork, yeah. I mean, you already have an animal avatar name. Wait, what? Howdy, fellas. Happy Saturday. Enjoy daylight savings time tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Or is that like next week? Tailbone pain. I've consumed too much furry scale content. Growing tail. Yeah, I wish. That'd be better. That'd be a better cope than just having regular pain. That's next week. Yeah, I assume so. You already have an animal. Yeah. Anyways. Then you walk down the halls, see more of the same crap, and have to endure the snickers coming from all directions. I'm sorry that happened. I'm sorry that happened that to you. I'm sorry that happened that to you. That doesn't sound right. Her voice is full of sympathy. It sounds mournful even. I spread my hands above my chest in a shrug she can't see. Yeah, it fucking sucked. Worst day of my life, but I can't compare that to you losing Idakin or Inko. That's not true. Maybe you didn't lose a loved one, but something horrible was still done to you. It's not any less horrible than what happened to me. I blink incredulously. Was she really saying that what happened to me was as bad as all the shit she had to put up with? Her acknowledgement of my own suffering makes it feel as though an invisible weight was taken off me, like I was allowed to feel bad about what happened. Thanks for understanding. It was pretty horrible. And that's why you're here? Yep, begged my dad for this. All I wanted was to disappear, and I did. Even if it meant leaving home. Actually, the farther from home, the better. It almost felt like starting over with a clean slate. She sighed wistfully. I wish I could do that. Even still, you don't have anyone else that you know around here? No relatives or family or friends or anything? Nope, just little old me out here by myself. Don't you get lonely, though? Sure, but there's worse things than loneliness. Like dying alone. She grunts in agreement. Like being the center of attention when it's the last thing you want. I wonder if she's talking about the winter formal. I'm afraid to ask. At least nobody ever pointed and laughed at me. I mean, aside from Mia and Lunar and Kiara, people would rather pity the cripple girl and lavish her with praise for being special. I can't imagine what happened to you. In fact, I almost what? Do I even dare ask? When she doesn't answer, I say something to dispel the awkward silence. No use fretting over the past. Again, she grunts in agreement. Good night, Anon. Good night. Conversation ceases. I close my eyes and end the stream. For some time, I listen to the combined sound of rain and the radiator blending together to create a comforting white noise. Olivia's gentle snoring soon joins in, but my mind races with thoughts of the past month and events more distant than that. I catch myself drifting in and out of consciousness, sleep itself as elusive as something you try to catch only for it to slip through your fingers. With effort, I blank my mind and let the white noise be the only thing to penetrate my consciousness. The rain, the radiator, Olivia. Sleep! Okay. Good enough. fuck? This must have been where it ended last time. This one's different. So I'm gonna save it there. Alright. I'm going to go to the main menu. We'll put on the ending screen and wrap it up. Let me sit up. So let me take a quick roll call. 33, huh? That's pretty cool. Alright, sit up. Sit up. Come on. Ugh. Ow. ASMR always makes the hair stand up on the back of my neck and makes it impossible to focus on anything else. Oh, I never showed you guys. I remember us talking about the trimmer ASMR. Like, you need, like, earbuds for that. I'm not gonna play it, but I could post it in the chat if it's still there. Let me look that up real quick. As I get distracted. Where's YouTube? ASMR. It's the one with the colored trimmers. Do they? Oh no, it's here. It's here. It's got almost 1 million fucking views now. That's crazy. I remember when it was like just like 1,000 some. My God, that is crazy. Let me gut out the fucking tracking shit. That should be it. So after the stream, just click on that and listen to that. It gets into your fucking ears. It feels like if you close your eyes and listen to this, it's like you're actually getting your hair done. It's crazy. Anon forgets about his cousin, who was in a lean coma. Well, he doesn't even know. They don't even know they're cousins. Lean coma seems like a blissful state. Bro reached nirvana. ASMR doesn't work on me unless it's ASMR to help you fall asleep. Getting your ass kicked. Thank you for the stream. Thanks for being here. A headcanon is that every human in the Snootverse is related in some way. That's weird. Good stream, Night Porku. Good night, Ocean. And I'm music back. Bye, Armored. Bye, Victor. See you, Slurf. No. What do you mean, no? Losing my hair. Just listening to this. So far, I enjoy the story. Has to give. It's interesting what you do when expanding existing characters' personalities with this mod. Nope, any ASMR is like nails on a chalkboard for me. I'll pass. Okay. Take your sweet time on this, guys. Is expecting a small Anon in St. Hammond mod, but never thought the story was getting this deep. It feels longer than the demos at like fucking like the what is it, Hold On To Me and Devlog, but then again, those are all like non-mods where you have to like draw out everything. Chicken skin from the sound. What? Mario haircut ASMR. Where's the Mario? Anyways, I'm gonna get going. I should probably sleep. Hopefully actually get sleep this time. Pain's been actually pretty low today, so I'm hoping and praying that it continues on tonight and I can actually get a good night's rest and maybe stop going to bed so fucking early. That's the goal. I need to like get back to my regular sleeping schedule where it's like I go to bed around like maybe 9 or 10 and not just like 7. It's horrible. But yeah, Monday. I'll throw up a thing for Monday and see where it lands, if we'll do it or not. We'll play it by ear, no promises. It's going to be a busy week this week, and I'm not looking forward to it. But once it's done, I think things can start maybe going back to normal. But yeah, I'm going to head out and have a good night.